That's pretty racially insensitive, huh? Oh, oh, oh! So, Just Cause 3. An oldie, but dang is it a goodie. Just Cause 3 is pretty simple. You can explain it by the name. Just Cause 3, just because.
What was I even trying to say as the editor's note? What does that...
That's really all you get to do. You get to do whatever you want in this open, vast world, such as steal a jet, and use it and just fire missiles at lakes. It's pretty fun. But of course this is just an in-depth review about the game and why I enjoy it so much. The story is pretty cool. You just go around as Rico Rodriguez in the town of Medici. You try to save the people of Medici from a dictator named Di Ravello. It is a very Italian-Mexican style influence. The characters work really well together in this story. You play as Rico Rodriguez, as stated before, and him and his friends, as the whole band of rebels, do really well together. And it's pretty interesting to see how they play off each other, such as the actual emotion you can see with Rico when characters have to make sacrifice plays, among other things. Rico is Mexican-Italian, and the game's stylized to fit this theme, in the music, I mean. There are also many things around the island that are just very immersive, along with the music, as the many people that you talk to interact with you and talk to you. In the cars, you hear stories from these rebels that fought for their cause. Driving around Medici is not just an immersive experience, it's just fun. The game overall is just so enjoyable, because there's so much to do. The soundtrack in this game is also very immersive. I feel like in every review, I always talk about how great the soundtrack is, or all of this. But honestly, I genuinely mean it. For the games that I say it's good, it's good. Of course, I'm not a music critic, but as much as immersion can go, it's pretty good. The graphics in this game are not too great, but it's still not the focus. This game is more of a sandbox open world with a story mode. Now, there is one complaint that Just Cause 4 and Just Cause 3 are the exact same game. However, if I were to give a preference as to which one to play, I would strongly recommend Just Cause 3 over 4. This game is fun, but there are some major setbacks, unfortunately. The many that we discussed. But overall, the game is very fun, and I'd highly recommend it. Unfortunately, there is no online mode, as that would be a lot of fun to cause havoc with friends, but solo makes it a lot of fun as well. You can play around, do whatever you want. Open sandbox, free world. There are not many limitations, but the ones that are there are still not that bad. If you want to go down to a city and interact with civilians, you can. Or if you want to go around with a bomber jet and explode forests, yeah, you can do that too. Even though I've talked a bunch about how great the game is, there are a lot of things that set it back. Like, again, no online mode, and the game can be quite glitchy at times. Among this, there are just many problems, like you cannot replay some of the levels. A story with mine is the final boss battle was won by a glitch. I was getting attacked by a character with a helicopter, and this was the final fight. And you're supposed to call in a tank or whatever. I call in a tank, cargo container drops down, crushes the plane, and I win because of a glitch. I'm glad I beat the game, but I wanted to actually experience that final battle. But, unfortunately, I cannot replay that final battle. It makes it just a bit more irritating to know that I won't get the full experience without restarting the whole game. The gameplay is actually a bit confusing this time around. The controls are kind of strange if you're playing games like Sea of Thieves and have such a wide variety of games like I do. This is unfortunately going to take some getting used to, especially in planes. Planes are a bit more difficult than usual, and aerial controls are, of course, inverted. Unfortunately, you do have to press B and X to turn, which you can see a couple times in the footage behind me. I didn't quite do so well. Sometimes I would turn my camera instead of turning my plane. Things like that just make it a bit more difficult, but eventually you'll get the hang of it and have a blast playing this game. Overall, the game is pretty fun, and I think I'd recommend it. Sometimes it can be a bit pricey, but overall, it's pretty easy to find for a good price. So, if I were to be completely honest and give my full review of Just Cause, I would give it a 6 out of 10. So, this was my review for Just Cause 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for not making many uploads this week. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next stream highlight or review. Characters are really interesting and play off each other extremely well. Rico Rodriguez is